Hello and thanks for joining me on another episode of Zof Talks Photography. This podcast is designed to give you a quick photo news update. We're going to be having a look at some articles at the moment, what's going on in the photo arena. Camera robbery at gunpoint. So somebody's camera was robbed from them at gunpoint. What is going on? Some lenses. We're going to be looking at vlogging cameras. What's the best camera for vlogging? As well as the best flip cameras and a number of additional articles that you'll find interesting about taking good photographs and 3 new lenses. Without any further ado, let's have a quick look at number 1 today. So this article is an interesting one. Nature photographer robbed of Canon R5 at gunpoint near San Francisco. It's not like they were out somewhere where it was more likely to be robbed. It's just they were in a position where they've been taken. So let's have a quick look at this. What's going on? So a photographer was robbed at gunpoint in the San Francisco Bay Area in early morning just as he was setting up to take wildlife photos. So Jim Roach, 72, found himself surrounded by 3 armed robbers. Wow. Last Friday. Well, then again, think about it. Our cameras these days, they're worth more than cars. And people rob cars. People rob motorcycles. Is this becoming a new thing now? Maybe you should get an old camera, like I do. This is a 10-year-old camera and it still questionably, arguably, performs as well as an R5. Full frame 5D Mark II. Oakland Hills, east of San Francisco, who put a gun to his ribs and demanded his valuables. Okay, so not directly the camera. They said, "Give me your phone," and then I couldn't find my phone and they got angry. And they looked in my car for my phone and found my camera. Okay, so it's taken from his car. Okay. What? Okay, so is this like a one-off thing? There's a chap himself. Well, he's a great photographer. So it looks like it's an opportunist situation. They were trying to get his phone. But if they were smart, they would have probably realized the camera's worth more than the phone. Then they got the better end of the deal there. Hopefully he was insured. And okay, robbed of Canon. That's like an interesting title to grab your attention. Now here's another one today. So 3 new lenses for huge Canon sale. So if you're a bit of a wildlife fiend, or you like to take photographs from further distances of wildlife, or even product photos, maybe portraits, well, a number of things really. Recent announcement, what are we saying? 24 1.4, okay. 16mm, nothing. Well, these are not new lenses, are they? These are all just normal lenses. Okay, so that was a bit of a clickbaity article there. Thank you, Photography Life. Thank you for that clickbaity article. Okay, so best cameras with flip screen. I'm interested in this because I feel like this will be something that people would want. What is the best camera with the flip screen? If you're looking for a camera, let's have a quick look at this article today. Camera Jab and see if it can sort you out. EOS R5 on the top of the list, really? It's okay, mirrorless. Okay, I'll give you that. If you got $4,000, spare change pounds, that's all right. Where are we saying next? EOS R6, okay. These all seem to be 25. Okay, that's a bit cheaper. R6 again, £2,800. A7, okay. These are like all ordinary cameras that I wouldn't really suggest. Why is there not like a 850D on here? Why is there no cameras that normal people can buy? Because if you're attracting a flip screen and you're looking for a camera for a flip screen, you're going to be very new to photography, because you're looking for a camera that's going to be giving you like, would you prefer a flip screen or would you prefer a good camera which does what you need it to do? It looks like it's aimed at like an amateur starter market if they're looking at giving you that, but the cameras they're offering you are very high-end professional cameras. What else we got? Okay, maybe. What? Okay, so EOS R, okay, R10. Is any of these under £1,000? Because 850D you could pick up for like £600-700, and that'll be a perfectly good camera with a flip screen, good quality video, good quality photos. Surprised I didn't mention that. Interesting. What would you think? Let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, okay, this one is an interesting one. So an AI image spotted on a giant billboard. And you can tell it's AI because they messed up the hands. So it looks like, is AI here to stay? they messed up a large image on a billboard where the fingers look totally like, you can tell it's like not really a hand. So the companies that are going to be starting to use AI to try and get a cheaper photo, but who would notice really? Who noticed this? Was it a photographer? Because think about it, what is that even selling? These days, I saw an advert the other day. A guy's teeth was shining, and I was trying to figure out what is the advert actually for. And it's basically a car that goes in a car wash. The guy's teeth shine, and the car comes out of the car wash. I was like, okay, so is that teeth whitening? Is that a car wash? Is that a car? What is being sold? And then in the later version of that same advert, it came up with Jaguar. So it's okay, they're selling the car. Like, it's like very, adverts need to be, this is what we're trying to sell you. But no, it could be anything. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. It's probably old age. Okay, so carry on with this one. Petapixel, okay, one of the largest residential property developments in the United Kingdom, and they used unsettling AI image that looks to have been licensed through Adobe Stock. Okay, it's like a stock photo basically. Someone's put it up there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, but that finger does look very. Why does that look like that? Is that humanly possible? Maybe it's got a double jointed finger. Might be real. Never know. What do we know? Oh, okay. How to change a camera lens safely? You interested in this? It can be difficult, but how difficult can it be? Okay, so let me see if I can show you this. How to change a camera lens safely. So, is there anything involved in this? So you're looking at, basically, you got a button here. You push the button, you spin, you take your lens off. There's a red dot here, the dot there. Put it on, spin it there. That's not, I don't know why this needs an article, but apparently this, yeah. Well, when I was new, did I struggle with that? My lens wasn't that big when I was new. I had a smaller lens. So when you get bigger, you get more girthy, you start holding it tighter. But yeah, the lens situation is okay there. So understand your environment and find a good surface. Prepare for the lens change. Okay, so this is more like the whole shebang. Remove your current lens. Yes, similar thing there. Okay, so yeah, spin, dot, line up, swap lenses, and secure your camera bag. When it gets interesting, when I used to do fashion photography, it used to get interesting when you used to have 2 cameras. You have to do it one-handed. So you basically had this on. Wait, should I show you how I did this? Okay, so if I'm doing this one-handed, watch this. I'll push that, and then I'll use my body to do that, and that used to drop off. But there used to be a lead on this, so the camera just hung. You could put that down, grab another one, whack it there, spin, and like, yeah, that's when it gets interesting. And you can do it in multiple ways, and you start doing it upside down as well. Because when you're taking photographs, you'll know there's a number of angles you need to be in. Prepare for the lens change. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, fair play. That's not how to change your camera lens safely. I'll give you that. Photography Life brings us that article today. Nice option for how to change your camera lens. Beautiful. What else we got today? Quick little lineup on the old f-stoppers. Reasons to jump to Micro Four Thirds. We review the system and the OM1. Okay. Olympus. So I had a look at this because I didn't want to have a look at my Mahusif camera. I started using my mobile phone for photos now, rather than get a whole new system. But Micro Four Thirds, yeah, doesn't matter what camera you get, find the one you like. They all take similar photos these days. If you got a camera for the last 4 or 5 years, this is like 8 years old and it still does good photos. So I don't think it's redundant. Quality of the camera and lenses, okay. Sometimes you're catching the moment. It's not always about the specific content. So some of your old family photographs, you'll see they were taken with like just film cameras and older cameras, but it's the memory and the environment and what you were doing at that moment, what you were feeling, that you get the same feeling when you see that photograph. Nobody really looks at the pixels unless you're a photographer. For example, wait, let me show you this. No matter what phone that was taken with, maybe the colors would have been slightly different, but that moment, remembering that you were there at that lighthouse, and those start to get envisioned, whereas the photo is just like a gateway to your memory, and your memory is going to be better at remembering all of that stuff. I say that, but not always. The photo kind of triggers a memory, I should say. Okay, so nice photos there as well. Oh, what is food photography? this is a whole new kettle of fish. I used to do a lot of food photography for like dessert parlors, like their desserts and the milkshakes and all that stuff. Amazing. Like as in how to get nice photographs of food, because there's loads of tricks and ways you can make it. If you've seen that classic McDonald's advert where they take the corner like that, but it needs to be a point where you take a photograph of the item that looks realistic, because I don't want to take a photograph of something that looks totally different. When they order it, it's not the same. So you have to find a nice balance, like the best version of that milkshake. Sometimes the straw might not be scented, the Ferrero Rocher might sink into the cream a little bit. You know, it's like if you're going out on a date or something and you dress up nicely versus normally being at home lazy. There's like two versions of everything really. How to take food photos, what lens for food photography. I did a whole series about this. I did a full live episode actually explaining how to do this. So interesting. Check out the channel if you're not already familiar with that. And again, all the show notes are available to support this episode. You can find show notes at zoftalks.com. And all you basically do there is if you go over to zoftalks.com, first link there, click show resources, you can scroll down, name an email, and you'll get sent directly to your inbox like cheat sheets and help sheets about basically getting the best gear and a lot of the stuff I talk about, which can be helpful specifically to get you sorted out. So this episode has been made possible by trustedcreators.org. I'm going to have a look at a few more articles to hang about. We're going to get into the deep end of our articles today. Where we at now then, we've done the food photography one. There's one here that I wanted to share with you. What is headshot photography? And that's an interesting one because headshots, like they're used in like the professional environment, but a lot of people do photos now. So do you need a fancy camera guy to come and do them for you, or can mobile phones get it done? If you have a good lighting, yeah. Let me see if there's anything specific. Okay, see that photo there? You could get that photo with a mobile phone. It's positioning, having the background further away, having him close to you, having the mobile phone or the camera on the right lens shot option. You can easily achieve that with a mobile phone. You don't need a professional hired photographer these days anymore. Everybody's a professional photographer. Best cameras for vlogging in 2023, from mirrorless to pocket-sized gimbal cameras. Okay, this looks intriguing. What we got here? The best cameras for vlogging, full list. Lumix GH6. Okay. Yeah, that's actually... where is this? Digital Camera World. Good article. Thank you. You guys are actually putting something half decent and affordable. Because everybody else is like just giving you the latest, greatest camera. But is it always the case that the latest, greatest camera is the best option? Not really. You might end up getting it robbed at gunpoint like our first article. Sony ZV-E1. Okay, that's a nice option. This is more realistic. Olympus, okay, EM5 Mark III, nice. Okay, Olympus again, we'll keep it one. Panasonic Lumix S5, yes, okay, I'll accept that. Sony A6400, yes, see, that's like one of the options that are very good for vlogging. And Panasonic G11, okay, these are all good. I'm gonna put this article. In the show notes so you can check this article out, because today this has been a good article. Because let me put in the show resources for you just here. This will be all in the description, or if you're watching on YouTube, check the description. If you're watching on or listening on, well, you can listen to this on a number of platforms: Google, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it. Just search for the article, go down in the lower section, you'll see all the information. We've got another one here, which I found very interesting. My career as a travel photographer is tough enough, but influencers made it worse. Travel photography looks glamorous and exciting, but in real world, the experience can be very, very different. See, so this is like, well, I'm surprised that this article's come out 13 hours ago, because this has been going on for a while. Do people need professional photographers anymore? As a number of people are doing photographs and AIs in the world, you can't still get the same photo you would get from a person via AI at the moment. There'll still be a few quirks, and it's like people still use film photography even though digital cameras have come out. So in a way, it's like there's always development, there's advancements. I'm not worried basically. That is basically your roundup for today's article, and I had a fun article lined up here for you today, as I have a joke one. Lab Shepherd mix named Zoe earns Guinness World Record for the longest dog tongue. That has to be. How is this being measured? And what? Who was number 2? That doesn't. It looks long. Actually, yeah. Wait a minute. That is way long. How has that happened? Thank you for joining me in this episode. I'll see you on the next Zof Talks photography episode right here.